Everyday English Podcast
by English Talking Today.
This is Mary, and welcome back to English Talking Today, your favorite place to not just learn English, but to talk about life and how to make that learning journey the best it can be. Today, I want to dive deep into a topic that is so important for language learning, for personal well-being, for everything, really. And that topic is positivity. I know, it sounds simple. Maybe you've heard it a million times, but trust me, understanding how to genuinely incorporate positivity into your life, and especially into your English practice, is a complete game changer. It's the secret ingredient that keeps you going when the vocabulary is tough or the grammar just isn't making sense. So let's talk about what positivity really means, why it's a powerful tool, what gets in the way of it, and most importantly, how we can all practice it every single day. First off, let's define what we mean by positivity, because a lot of people misunderstand it. Positivity is not about being happy or smiling all the time. That's just not realistic. Life has ups and downs, and we all have bad days. Instead, positivity is about choosing to look at life with hope and a good attitude, even when things are difficult. It's about how you approach problems. A truly positive person isn't someone who ignores problems and pretends everything is fine. They are someone who accepts that problems are a part of life, but then they focus their energy on solutions instead of dwelling on the difficulty. It is a mindset, an attitude that involves seeing hope, focusing on what you can do, and encouraging yourself even when things are not perfect. It's an internal switch. I like to think of it this way. When you are learning English, especially speaking, you are going to make a mistake. Everyone does. The negative thought is, ugh, I'm so bad at this. I'll never be able to speak fluently. That's a common, discouraging thought. But the positive thought, the positive switch is, mistakes help me learn. Next time I will do better. That's one more thing I know now. See the difference? One thought stops you, the other pushes you forward. That second one, that's what we are talking about when we talk about positivity. It's self-compassion and forward momentum. Now, you might be wondering, Mary, why is this so important for my life and for learning English? Well, the benefits of positivity spread out to every single part of your life. Firstly, it's about your personal well-being. Positivity changes how you feel on the inside. When you choose to be positive, you instantly become more relaxed, more confident, and you genuinely feel more energetic. Think about it. Carrying around a load of negative, self-critical thoughts is exhausting. Dumping that mental baggage gives you a boost of energy. Secondly, there's a genuine link between a positive attitude and your health. Positive people often have less stress, and stress is a major contributor to so many health problems. When you're stressed, your body and mind are constantly fighting an imaginary threat. A positive mindset helps you calm down and saves your energy for things that matter. Thirdly, it drastically affects your relationships. People love being around positive individuals. You spread good energy, you can lift the mood of others, and you make conversations enjoyable. Nobody wants to constantly hear complaints. Being positive makes you a better friend, partner, and colleague. And finally, let's bring it back to the main reason you are listening to English Talking Today, learning English. This is where positivity is a powerful tool. Learning a new language is a marathon, not a sprint. You will have frustrating days. Positivity is what helps you stay motivated and not give up easily, even after a tough lesson or a confusing conversation. It also significantly increases your confidence, which is absolutely vital for speaking a language. If you are constantly afraid of making a mistake, you simply won't open your mouth. But if you have a positive, I'm going to try it, and if I mess up, that's okay, attitude, you start speaking more, you get more practice, and you improve faster. Confidence is the bridge between knowing the words and actually saying them. Positivity builds that bridge. For example, if you're asked to speak up in a group and your first thought is, I'll sound silly, you'll probably stay quiet. But if your positive thought is, I'm going to use those 3 new words I learned yesterday, and I will try my best, you speak up, you get the practice, and you feel good about yourself afterward, regardless of any small errors. That is the power of a positive mindset in action. Now, as important as positivity is, I'm not naive. I know it's not always easy to stay positive. The world has a lot of things that can be obstacles to that feeling, and we have to be aware of them to manage them. Let's talk about a few of these common obstacles that make it difficult to stay positive every day. The first major one is stress. Stress from work, from school, from trying to juggle family responsibilities. It all puts a huge strain on your mental energy. When your mind is already full of worries about deadlines or finances, it's just harder to make room for positive, hopeful thoughts. You feel overwhelmed, and negativity often creeps in as a coping mechanism, even if it's an unhelpful one. Another huge obstacle is negative people. This is a tough one, but spending a lot of time with people who always complain, always criticize, or see the worst in every situation can be incredibly discouraging. Their energy becomes your energy, and it's difficult to maintain your positive outlook when you are constantly hearing pessimistic thoughts. You really have to guard your time and your mind against this. Then there's the issue of failure. In the context of English learning, this could be failing a test, or perhaps having a conversation where you completely freeze and forget everything you know. Failure can make people feel discouraged and cause them to lose positivity, especially when they stop seeing it as a lesson and start seeing it as a personal judgment. But failure is just data. It tells you what you need to study next. A negative person says, I failed, I'm a failure. A positive person says, okay, I failed this time. What exactly did I get wrong? That's what I need to practice next. It's a completely different way of processing the same event. Finally, a huge source of negativity in the modern world is social media and the news. Too much negative information, too many crises, and especially too many comparisons seen on social media can cause people to feel unhappy with their own lives. You scroll through perfectly filtered, edited lives, and you start to think your reality isn't good enough. This is a massive positivity killer. We have to be intentional about what we consume. So, we know what positivity is, why it's great for us and for our English, and what stops us from having it. The next logical step is, how do we actually do it? How do we practice positivity daily? I have 7 simple, practical tips that you can start implementing today. These aren't complex philosophical concepts. They are small habits that build up over time. Tip number 1. Start the day with gratitude. This is such a powerful one. When you first wake up, before you check your phone or the news, just take 1 minute. Think about 1 or 2 things you are genuinely thankful for. Maybe it's a warm cup of coffee, the fact that you have a roof over your head, or maybe it's a good grade you got yesterday. Speaking or writing down 2 things you are thankful for gives your entire morning positive energy. You start your day from a place of abundance, not a place of lack. Tip number 2, use positive self-talk. This is about becoming your own best friend and biggest cheerleader. Listen to the voice in your head. When you make a mistake, don't say, I'm so stupid. Instead, speak kindly to yourself. Use phrases like, I can try, or I will improve step by step. Instead of being too hard on yourself, remember that progress, not perfection, is the goal. For example, if you struggle to pronounce a tricky English word, don't tell yourself you can't do it. Tell yourself, that word is hard. I'm going to practice it 5 times today, and I bet I'll get it right tomorrow. Tip number 3, surround yourself with positive people. This is simple but effective. Choose to spend time with people who smile, who encourage you, and who make you feel good about yourself. Their energy really does become yours. If you are learning English, find study partners who are encouraging, not those who focus on mistakes and criticize. Their enthusiasm will be contagious and will lift your own spirits. Tip number 4, limit negativity. This is the flip side of tip number 3. You have to protect your mind. Be intentional about not spending too much time watching extremely negative news or endlessly scrolling through social media where people are constantly complaining or projecting unrealistic expectations. You can stay informed without being overwhelmed. If you find yourself in a negative conversation, politely excuse yourself or try to change the subject to something more constructive. Tip number 5, practice mindfulness or meditation. These practices are about being present in the moment. You can enjoy simple things: the taste of your food, the warmth of the sun, the sound of music. Or you can calm your mind by taking a few minutes to breathe deeply. This helps you break the cycle of worrying about the past or the future and brings you back to a place of peace where positive thoughts can thrive. Even 5 minutes of focused, deep breathing can reset your mind. Tip number 6, do small acts of kindness. This is one of the quickest ways to feel a surge of positivity. Helping others makes you feel happier and helps spread positivity in the world. It doesn't have to be a big gesture. It could be holding a door open for someone, giving a genuine compliment, or just taking a moment to listen to a friend. When you make someone else's day a little better, you automatically make your own day better too. Tip number 7, keep learning and growing. This is perfectly connected to your English journey. Learning something new, whether it's 5 new English vocabulary words, how to bake a new recipe, or a new skill at work, gives you an incredible feeling of pride and confidence. This feeling of accomplishment is a huge source of positivity. You are proving to yourself that you are capable of growth, and that is a truly powerful feeling. Every time you successfully use a new English phrase, you are adding to your positive mental storehouse. So, 7 tips to practice positivity daily. Start with gratitude, use positive self-talk, surround yourself with positive people, limit negativity, practice mindfulness, do small acts of kindness, and keep learning and growing. To help you put these tips into practice, I want to propose something I'm calling the 7-Day Positivity Challenge. I want you to try this for 1 week. It only has 4 simple steps, but doing them consistently for 7 days will genuinely shift your mindset. You can do this. Step 1. Start with gratitude. Every morning for 7 days, you are going to say or write down 2 things you are genuinely thankful for. Just 2. Keep it simple and specific. Step 2. Use 1 positive affirmation. During the day, maybe when you are taking a coffee break or walking to class, you are going to say a positive phrase like, "I can do this," or "I am capable of learning" to yourself. This is your positive self-talk in action, building that self-compassion muscle. Step 3. Do 1 small act of kindness. Every day, do 1 small thing to help someone else. Smile at a stranger, let someone go in front of you in line, or say a kind word to a colleague who looks stressed. Step 4. Replace at least 1 negative thought with a positive one. This is the core of the challenge. Every time you catch yourself having a negative thought, maybe it's "I can't do this" about a new grammar topic, or "I'm so stressed," you must consciously stop and replace it. Change "I can't do this" to "I will try and improve." What's the first step I need to take? Change "I'm so stressed" to "I will take 3 deep breaths and then I will focus on the 1 thing I can do right now." It takes effort, but you can train your mind to do this. Try this 7-Day Positivity Challenge. It is about taking the complex idea of positivity and making it concrete, actionable, and a part of your daily routine. By the end of the week, I truly believe you'll feel lighter, more motivated in your English studies, and generally happier. You'll have built a stronger foundation for facing the world and for conquering your language learning goals. Remember, your attitude is a choice, and choosing positivity is the best thing you can do for yourself. That's all for today's episode of English Talking Today. Thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, keep learning, keep smiling, and keep choosing that positive attitude. Bye for now.